Hello! Hi, everybody. Thank you for checking in. It is Wednesday, hump day, and we're here live. I'm live with Lorielle New with my awesome group of friends. Hello. Thank you for checking in. Good to see everybody that's here already. Oh, my goodness. Andrew Jonas and Allura and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Tesis and House of Dave and Scott Kimmis and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Wing Doggy and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip. Thank you for checking in. And Tesis and House of Dave and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl, Angie Jonas and Azure Youssef and LaCram and Vincent Weidel and another one and N1 Gov and Scott Kimmis and Bill Nouse and Red Stapler. Thank you for checking in, and Jim Dandy and Sturgis Guy. Hello, everybody. Hopefully I haven't missed anyone. Hi guys, so good to see you all. Hi Scott Kimmis. So I hope you're having a good day. We're getting much better at getting this set up. It does take me a little bit longer to get set up, but yes and no. Why yes and no? It's another beautiful day. Today, I already the flower bandit came by. But as I'm sitting here, I can see her walk through the window, and I go running out, and I'm like, "Hello, Paran, how are you? Hi, Paran." And I look like I'm really happy to greet her, and she just kind of like looks at me like, "Arr," and shakes her head, and turns around, and without picking any flowers, she's like, "Ah, you again." I'm like, "Hi, how are you doing? How's your day today? Are you having a good day?" And she's like, killing them with kindness. Killing them with kindness. Hi, Wing Doggy. Hi, Philip. So for anyone who's watching who hasn't been here before, I need to plant Audrey. I'm live right now on the Hangouts, and I'm live on Google, on YouTube. You have the option of watching on either one. Just to remind you, if you're watching on YouTube, there's like a 1.5-minute lag, 2-minute lag between what you're reading, what you're seeing. It's So I'm not ignoring or not responding to anyone on YouTube. There's just like a really bad lag, so it totally messes up the timing of everything. But I'm in real time on the Hangouts. In the Hangouts, I mute everybody so that you're all able to come on and like everybody can be anonymous on camera. Wait. Your friends are having a crisis and you can't do anything about it. Well, that's frustrating. And your new ring may be scratched. There's a warranty. Was scratched in a place, like scratched in something that can be repaired. Like if it's metal, it can be polished and sanded down. They can easily fix a scratch that's on the metal. Feed me, Seymour. I do actually have Wing Doggy there. They're supposed to give you a new one. Wow, this seems like a lot. This has been going on for a long time with this ring of yours, Allura. Seems like a lot of back and forth where it was supposed to be ready and then it wasn't ready. You must be getting frustrated. It was supposed to be a simple thing, and it's taken like months. I do have Wing Doggy. Last year, before I moved, Wing Doggy had mailed me some seeds for weird plants that he had growing, and I have planted them. And I think a couple didn't survive, and one did. I have the seeds, and then when I moved, I transported everything, and I replanted them in the gardens here. And the ones that had survived, they kind of died, but then one of them came back. I meant to tell you, Wing Doggy, one of them came back, and I don't know what it is, but it's come back. No, it's like kind of like green, dark green, long, wide leaf. It doesn't have a flower. It's like a green plant. It's like has a long, wide leaf, and it's got like lines on the leaf, but not a fern because it's like wide, like this wide. Yeah, and I don't know if the I don't know what it's called, David. And if you're having trouble with, no, it's not a succulent. I know it's not a succulent. It's more of a leafy plant. If you're having trouble with the Google Plus, you might have to go on YouTube. Wing Doggy's having a bad connection. Oh, sorry about that, Wing Doggy. I do not know. Hi, Angie. Succulent. You are so moist and succulent. Oh, that's delicious. I think I'll have a little taste. Don't forget the drizzle. Yeah. Yeah, I feel bad because yesterday I was talking about all the negative things that were bugging me in the news, and there's every day there's more. I shouldn't read the news anymore, should I? I don't want to put my head in the sand, but I shouldn't. That's why you write your blog. There, when there's enough to complain to, right? Well, there was another story about this horrible tragedy, and another one of these like really stupid avoidable tragedies. Where you keep reading like every summer there's a handful of people who accidentally forget their kids in the back of a car. They forget their babies in a car seat in the back of the car, and then hours later they run out and the baby's dead. And you're like, oh my God, what a horrible tragedy, and how can you be that stupid? You forgot your baby. Now, just this past week, there was a guy who, it was this tragedy, you know, he had forgotten to drop the baby off he went on automatic pilot, forgot to drop the baby off at daycare, and went to work all day, was driving home and realized his baby was in the car, pulls over, he's on the side of the sidewalk, he's like freaking out, oh my God, what have I done, what have I done, what have I done? Now, it's another one of these where everyone feels so bad for this poor guy, because everyone can imagine how horrible they would feel if they were responsible for their child's death because of their forgetfulness. How could you ever live with yourself? Now they're questioning maybe the baby was already dead. David Jones. Now there's some big questions because, yeah, David Jones says he wasn't at work all day. He went to lunch. He went to lunch in the middle of the day. The baby was still. Now the first responders said that there were some big holes in his story. David Jones says they found internet searches on how long does it take to kill an animal in a hot car. Something is amiss with this. He went to lunch during the day, so he drove the car in the middle of the day when the baby was there. Yeah, something is fishy, and the first responders were immediately from the very beginning. We're saying something doesn't make sense with this. So, and they were like, well, did he do it on purpose? Was the baby already dead? And this was like a cover story like maybe something happened and the baby died, so they wanted a better reason. I'm like, what is going on with people? What is going on with people? That just makes me so sad. And you know, I read these horrible stories about people like abusing, committing horrible crimes against like babies and other people. I'm like, I can't understand it. My brain cannot conceive. Yeah, my brain cannot conceive of that kind of cruelty, or some, like, whether it's to a child, an animal, to any other human being, where somebody's like wants to murder their kids, wants to murder their wife or their husband. I just, where people are like, well, I didn't want to get a divorce, so I thought I'd kill them instead. My life sucks, so I decided my children would be better off dead. I cannot. It just doesn't make sense. Wing Doggy says, well, no, Wing Doggy, there's flaws in his story. They're questioning because he went to lunch during the middle of the day in his car, and now they're wondering, and he was doing internet searches, Wing Doggy, about how long does it take an animal to die in a hot car. There's something suspicious, like either he did it on purpose or it was a cover-up for the baby already being dead. That's what they're thinking. And Wing Doggy says like 10, yeah, and yeah, and if it's really hot, half an hour, 10 minutes, half an hour. It depends on how hot it is. And it depends on, the animal and the baby and how old they are. And anyhow, but I don't want to go on and on. But it's just like, it's boggling my mind. It's boggling my mind. The man's inhumanity to man, how people can be so uncaring or self-centered. Oh, nice, Linda. That's a nice present. Sturgis Guy says, on a lighter note, North Korea wants to nuke us over the new Seth Rogen movie. Oh, my goodness, yes. There you go. Entertainment meets politics. Yeah, there's a movie starring Seth Rogen and the other guy who's in everything, where they play James Franco. Yes, they're playing like secret agents or something, and they've been assigned for some reason. They have to go to North Korea. Their assignment is to go to North Korea to assassinate Kim Jong-il, who is the kind of the head king, ruler, dictator, god of Korea. He is a deity in Korea, and you're not allowed to like we keep hearing all this crazy stuff coming out of Korea about like he says this and he says that, but like you're not allowed to. Yeah, so apparently he's really angry about the negative portrayal of himself in this movie, and wants to retaliate against the U.S. I don't know. Maybe, maybe this is another thing that Dennis Rodman can work out for us. Oh, Sturgis, have fun enjoying your pizza. But yeah, it's hi Philip. And just says it just makes things worse. Yeah, that's craziness going on with that movie. And good news, yes, that was good news for internet privacy laws. The Supreme Court ruled that police cannot search your phone without a warrant. You hear crickets? No, you hear trucks, vehicles. Yesterday, you know what I saw yesterday out my window? Out my window, I saw, you guys all have like Google Maps where you can look up like any house, any street, like in the entire country. Well, you know how they do that? It's actually like a little car with like a giant, like, it's like camera, like a four-sided camera, like ball of four, it's like a ball of camera with like a whole bunch of eyes on it, and it drives around. It drove down the alley. I sat out my window driving down the alley on one side, and then it came up the other side. It was there. My alley's gonna be on right now. Like you can't see my house because I'm in the back. Like Google Earth, yeah. I saw the car driving around filming. It just drives around filming for the Google Maps, Google Earth. Like it just drives around filming. Somebody's job. There is somebody's job who is the Google car driver, and their job is to drive around like every street, and then somebody else must load it up or something. I don't know. But before, like when I looked at my house, you can't see it because I'm in the back, so it doesn't show up because you can't go down and see the front of my house or anything like that. But I think that's going to be changing because they were driving up and down the alley. Like you could see like the overhead view, but you couldn't see like the front. Yeah. Google. Well, no, they couldn't see me. They can't see in my window, but I was surprised. I was like, oh my God, there's a car, like, and it made me think about somebody's job is like the Google Earth car driver. So when this is, some people get mad. They think it's an invasion of privacy. Well, it is a little, you know, I can see both sides of the argument. It's a little creepy. You know, if you put in your own address or like your friend's address or your parents or your kid's address, you can put it up and see like close up of somebody's house. You may or may not be able to see their car. I mean, you can see a lot. You can see the backyard. You can see a lot about the whole neighborhood. And depending on like who it is and what, you know, that may or may not be something that you want to have private or not. It's like you can see people's pools, and you know they've had so many times where you actually can see people end up in Google walking down the street, or sometimes like somebody's like their car license plate. So it is a little weird. And like normally, you know, people, if they don't come to your house, they can't see in your backyard. But now with the Google overview, you get right there. You can see somebody's backyard. So it's a little weird. Well, I promised yesterday I was going to do a nerd call. So I'm going to do a nerd call before we end. So, yeah, so for anyone who's new, this is a regular feature of Live with Lorielle New. It's the nerd call. Oh, I'm so jealous. I would like some salmon, David Jones. It's a nerd call. I had creamed squash and cauliflower. Mmm. Aaron Carter follows you. Fairies Lover, you are a stud. Fairies Lover, you are a stud. All right, this is the nerd call. If you're new, don't be scared. You'll learn to love it. All right, here goes. Woohoo! 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 Alert star! Shocker! Sturgis Sky! Jesus! House of Dave! Sam! St. Clinton! Wing Doggy! Redhead! Fairies Lover! Lucky Girl! Mark Mean! Star Raven! Angie Jonas! Philip! Ryan! Photo! Eric! PD! Tim! Megan! Brandon! St. Clinton! Sturgis Guy! Jim Dandy! Scott Kimmis! House of Dave! Bill Nouse! Azure Yusuf! The Cram! And One Gov! Woohoo! Red Stapler! Woohoo! Wing Doggy! Woohoo! 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 That is a nerd call! And if you can hear that, you are a nerd. That is on a decibel level that only nerds can hear. So if you can hear that, yes, it's true. You're a nerd. And I'm sorry if you didn't know and nobody ever told you before, but yes, you are totally a nerd. But it's okay. It's okay. You're not alone. You're with your brother and your fellow nerds, so own it! Own your nerd! Be a strong, proud nerd. I am your queen! Woohoo! And you can be a strong nerd. You can be a smart nerd. You can be a sexy nerd. But you're still a nerd, so own it! It's all about being proud of who you are and what you are. Because if you own your nerd, nobody can take it away from you. So that's my inspiration. That's my mission. That's my mantra. I try to spread the positivity on the internet. I hope you will all go out in your world and spread some positivity too. Woohoo! Woohoo! That is the nerd call. I think that might be the first one I did on YouTube. The nerd. All right, so it is 5:45, and I'm signing off a little bit early. Hi, Wing Doggy. I'm just about to sign off, but I will be back tomorrow for Stupid Question Day. I hope you'll all be back here with some questions for the genius, where we put on the genius cap, which allows me to answer any question about any topic in the entire universe with complete accuracy, according to me. So, yes, I will see you back tomorrow. Let me say goodbye to everybody. Allura Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Tesis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and St. Clinton and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Scott Kimmis and Wing Doggy and Redhead and Jim Dandy and Sturgis Guy and Azure Yusuf and another one and Vincent Weidel and LaCram and David Baker and One Gov and Bill Nouse. Thank you for checking in. You guys are awesome. Kisses for everybody. I love you, Wing Doggy. Bye. Bye. I love you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye. Bye.